What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Chart Striker. This is Dana. Hope all of you have had a good Sunday so far. If you guys missed the show from a few hours ago, didn't have much sleep tonight. Yesterday night, because yeah, a lot of things going on. I was live a few hours, so didn't get much sleep at all. But if you missed the show from yesterday because you thought the market was boring and whatnot, I bet you're biting your fingernails if you're not prepared for this, because things were looking like, they were on the move since yesterday. Litecoin, some other altcoins. Bitcoin was trying to do things like yesterday when I ended the stream. I did tell you guys that we kind of, closed above this level, if you remember. If not, telling you now, we closed above this level. And since then, we've just been running up. Now we're about to hit next resistance. But the important thing for today's Sunday close and the weekly candle close is this. On the daily, we need to see Bitcoin close above 23,350-ish, 80-ish dollars, okay, somewhere around that level. And on the weekly, if it closes also above this level, eventually around, next resistance, okay? Because the things I told you, I've been telling you past days, the bulls and the bears have been fighting on hard. And right now, at the moment at least, it looks like, bulls are coming back in again. Now, for those who are wondering why this happened, I was telling you about, Bitcoin, developing this, divergence that we have right here. Nice divergence that favors the bulls more than anything else. It's kind of playing out. We got our positive momentum. We closed, a 4-hourly candle above this area, which is around 23,200-ish, 23,180 to be a bit more precise. And it's carrying on at the moment. It's carrying on. Looking at the daily, we still have, a few hours to go, like 6 hours to go, but if we can, while we're doing this, if we can close above this level, it's even better. It's even better for Bitcoin, okay? So yeah, it's on the move. Solana is on the move as well. Litecoin is still moving. Like things I told you about Litecoin yesterday. As long as we do not see a close below this area right here, old resistance, it's fine. And guess what? It's been holding it since the last live stream, still holding. MACD is kind of bearish on the hourly, but it's okay, nothing to fear, because on the 4-hourly we're not overboughtish yet. On the daily we're still cool. we just started developing this nice divergence, nice momentum. Excuse me, guys. Like, I think my throat is a bit in pain. But we have those positive momentum on the oscillators. Volume is coming in, and it's looking fine, guys. Now, what we need to do on Litecoin is simply this. On the 4-hourly, we need to see a candle close above $97, okay? If that happens, next resistance is all the way around these levels, like not much holding us. I've been telling you since way back about these levels. So next resistance is around 107 to 114-ish dollars. Not much holding us. We just need this 4-hourly candle close above $97, okay? That happens, most likely we will see a continuation to the upside, which is good. Litecoin has just been consolidating. We've held support like a king, and then we went up a little bit, then we held this second support as well. Like, one cannot be that fearful. Now, We do have some new support if this level breaks, because we have to be prepared for different scenarios, right? If we close below this level, we got this 4-hourly support right here, okay, around the lows of $90. But at the moment, it is looking fine still. I do not see any signs that on the shorter time frames, fine. Bulls a little bit, exhausted, so we're consolidating. It's okay. But on the daily, I don't see any signs that the bulls are exhausted. Bulls are still pretty much in charge. And don't forget, we are witnessing our first, positive momentum since this consolidation, okay? Besides, MACD just turned bullish. All in all, in general, Litecoin is still looking juicy, okay? It's still looking good. So, the support, if we break down on the shorter time frames, below this level, so eventually around these areas, I think it might be the same support. Yeah, it is the same support for the hourly as well. So we've covered up Litecoin pretty much. Yeah, I told you guys yesterday, as long as we do not see it, close below this level on a 4-hourly or even hourly, it's pretty much fine. Not much to worry about. Okay, let's move on. Let's have a look at Ethereum as well. I mean, tonight's stream for the weekly candle close, not daily candle close, is gonna be crucial. It's gonna be very important, and I've been telling you yesterday that, or on yesterday's live stream, that I'm keeping my eyes on the weekly very, very closely right now, and on the daily more than the shorter time frames, which has just been consolidating more or less, just consolidating a little bit of a downside action. But this support right here, this white line all the way to this level, has been holding beautifully. Now we got this new support around this level on the hourly at least, okay? You see, we kind of broke up. We've been holding, and then, we kind of started, pushing a bit more higher. Now, on the hourly, I could see that Bitcoin bulls are losing a bit of steam. One should be aware of that. Like, we could, pull back all the way to these levels, the top of this box, which is around 23,380-ish. Any close below this level on the hourly, it's not a good, the best sign, because then we can easily pull back to this, 23,150-ish, 23,200-ish, around these levels, okay? And what we want to see, so this can hold, is a daily candle close above this level. I don't want to see anything like this, like it pumps and then there's no follow through, and then we push back down, and then consolidating, and a bit of a downside action again. We don't want that. So on the hourly, just be a bit cautious. I'd be waiting for a bit of a pullback at least, because bulls are clearly losing steam on the hourly time frame, okay? And do not forget about this support, this resistance. I mean, we can't just, go straight up. There is some resistance around these levels. So just be cautious, just letting you know, guys. Okay, let's head over to Ethereum, and then we'll cover up the rest of the altcoins, hopefully. By the way, guys, if you find these contents to be valuable or even entertaining, okay, please do consider, liking. It does help the channel, liking, subscribing, sharing, and so on. It does a lot of help. Not at least, motivate me to keep on coming back. So if you love it, if you're liking the contents, finding value, at least, learning a thing or two, please do consider, liking and subscribing and so on. It's the only thing I shill. I don't shill anything else except the channel because, yeah, I want to keep it pure TA. All right, Ethereum. This is nice so far, but still on Ethereum, we need to do something first, okay? We need to see a close above this level, 1,650-ish. I've been repeating that over and over, 1,660, 1,650. A daily candle close above that level would help us, come to at least, these levels for a start. And then the major resistance, next resistance is around these levels. Pretty much the same. Like, I'm not gonna go in depth into it because you guys can just, watch the stream from before yesterday and so on. I've been talking in depth about Ethereum. We do have this nice divergence on the daily. On one of the oscillators, RSI is in nice territories that favors the bulls more than anything else. For hourly, I did tell you guys yesterday that we had some nice divergence. Okay, so it's playing out at the moment. We are above that hourly resistance, good, but on the 4 hourly, we need to see a close above 1,630-ish, 32-ish, something like that, okay? For us to go a bit more higher, at least, to these levels, close to this heart line or trend line right here, fine. Hourly, positive momentum on the oscillators as well. Our size in territories that could favor the bulls more than the bears. But looking a bit, just a little bit, not as, not like Bitcoins where I can clearly see that the bulls are, losing steam on the hourly time frame, but starting here too as well. Now we do have support around 1,600-ish to 1,590-ish dollars on Ethereum on the hourly. Do not get it mistaken with something else on the hourly, okay? So anything below that level, of course, is not the best thing. Like it means more consolidation most likely to happen instead of us seeing a good week like tomorrow and after tomorrow. So that's pretty much it for Ethereum. Not much to add, nothing else to add really here. Okay, let's move on to Solana, which I was telling you about last time, that it is still looking good. It's just consolidating because a lot of people thought that it was over, but it's not over yet, guys. I still do think we can come and hit that $27.5 to $28, but let's have a look at it. So this is a nice candle. We'll see if it closes like this. If it doesn't, whatever, fine. Gonna need some few more, days or maybe a week till we see something happen. RSI is in nice territories at the moment. Still got, negative momentum on the oscillator, on the histogram, more specifically. MACD is still bearish, but trying to cross over at the moment. Okay, let's have a look at the 4 hourly. I'm liking how this is looking. Buy pressure is coming in again. Nice volume right there. RSI is not overbought, nothing like that, okay? But there is, we need to see a continuation, okay? So we can make sure that this bad divergence that we are seeing on the 4 hourly for Solana becomes invalid. But I'm still looking for that $27.5 to $28, okay? Of course, after that, we do have other levels that I spoke about already, but Let's reach this $27.5 to $28 first. And so far, it's been looking nice. On the hourly, it's really not looking like the bears are in charge or the bulls are losing steam. None of it. It's still, hanging on. It's still looking okay. Support for the hourly is around 25.3 to 24.5. I could draw it, but it's gonna be a lot of drawings if I do that. Just keep that in mind, okay? So far it's looking fine. It's really looking fine. To support around 25.3 to 24-ish. Okay, let's say 24-ish. Anywhere below that one, most likely that consolidation is gonna, continue before anything else. Like weekly, I'm focusing mostly on the weekly and the daily, shorter time frames, because I do give you pure TA, traditional TA. I have to let you know what's going on, how it's looking, but I'm mostly focusing right now on what the weekly is gonna do and what the daily is gonna do, in short. Sometimes you just have to let the market do the work for you, especially if you've been watching the streams and, excuse me, hold on, and you guys knew, about the level of interest for an entry. Not that this is financial advice, but if I was to play the market, okay, if one was to play the market, like, best areas to get in was at these levels, pretty much. If one missed this chance right here, when we had this ascending triangle and breaking out of 11.6, and we were talking about it that same day when I highlighted, you guys can go to my shorts video and see that I highlighted these things. I kind of just made a short clip of the clip that I made just to remind you guys what we spoke about. And if one missed these levels and was just, sitting down and waiting for $5, I'm not feeling good for you. Like, I guess you're a bit screwed right now. A little bit, just a little bit, okay? And then you had another opportunity to get in at these levels, that main resistance, when I told you guys that this looks like it's going to continue, because every time it looked bad when we were around these levels, I told you guys, okay, we're going to come down, we're going to come down, we're going to come down. And then at last I came in and I told you, I do not see that the bulls are losing steam at the moment. Most likely that we will continue. Fine. We went up, we hit resistance, this resistance that we had. Then we had a bull flag. We broke out of it, we held support, and then it continued running. What more do you want, guys? Like, this was one of those, like, we bought a lot of altcoins in time, but this was definitely one of them. Because everybody thought that Solana was gonna die just immediately, like straight down to $5. But we have to respect support. We have to respect, resistance and so on and so forth. And as long as we didn't see, any daily candles below this level, I told you guys there's still hope. There's still a chance. If I would have seen a daily candle close below this area right here, okay, things would have changed. I would have told you, most likely we could come and retest, these levels at least before going all the way to around, 5.3-ish, 5.2-ish, just $5, okay? So far it's looking fine, Solana, not much to worry about. Okay, so we've had a look at Solana, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. Now, Sand is also holding support like a king, okay? We're still around these support levels. Daily is trying to break out of this resistance right here around 0.7781-ish dollars, okay? For hourly, we kind of broke above it, but I need to see follow through to be a bit more convinced. But major resistance for Sand is all the way up to 0.872-ish, 0.871-ish, okay, around these levels. Any daily candle close above that area, guys, see eventually around these levels. Next resistance, which is 0.98, you know, close to $1. And then there are other levels of interest, but at the moment, let's just keep it, you know, short and not that, you know, confusing, okay? So that's what I'm looking at when it comes to Sand. Hey, Misty. Welcome to the show. So that's what's going on pretty much with Sand. Let's have a look at the 4 hourly. Like I said, weekly, I'm also looking at this one, you know, more closely because any weekly can close below this level right here. Then it's a different situation, but until then, it's fine, okay? It's fine. Hourly, okay, kind of losing a bit of steam, like both kind of losing a bit of steam, but not looking that horrible. Still got positive momentum on the oscillators. Okay, cool. We had some nice divergence that kind of played out, hence we are seeing this move. We could, you know, pull back, very possible. We could pull back if we see a close below this level. Let me just draw it for you, hold on. Because we are at some type of support when it comes to the hourly at the moment. So any close below this level, then it's very possible that we can, you know, pull back to at least 0.75-ish all the way to 0.73-ish, just so you guys are aware, okay? Otherwise, it's looking fine. I'm not gonna draw another drawing right here because we're close to that major resistance on the 4 hourly. It's gonna be a lot of drawings, a bit confusing, but like I said, between 0.7, let's just say between 0.74 to 0.73-ish, okay, somewhere around these levels, if we see a close below this area, okay, on the hourly. Do not confuse it with the 4 hourly or daily and so on, okay. So that's Sand. Like, I've been going in depth when it comes to these altcoins like past week, so not gonna go in depth again. Just feel free to watch the prior, well, recent live streams. It's looking fine. It's looking fine. We got negative momentum on the daily, okay, sure, but our side is in territories that favors the bulls more than the bears at the moment. Even though MACD is bearish, we just look on the daily. I would love a close above the bottom of this box, 0.812-ish dollars. That would mean, you know, that could take us higher, at least to the top of the box, okay? And any daily candle close above this level, see around, you know, 0.98 to $1, pretty much. On the hourly, any close above 0.793 could lead us, going all the way to these levels. Just letting you know for those who are interested in the shorter time frames. So that's stand. Chat, how are you feeling? Are you loving this weekend action, that's going on? It's been a good weekend. Nobody can say it's been boring this time. Like, usually they are boring, but this time definitely not at all. Not even a little bit. And I've barely slept because I was live in the middle of the night. It's been hectic, a hectic weekend. Right? Pretty interesting weekend. Like, this is what traders live for. This type of action. And we've been, consolidating for a long time, like quite a while now, when it comes to many altcoins, Bitcoin, and so on and so forth. And on Friday, I did tell you guys, after the options expired, most likely that this was my own thought, not analysis, wise. I did tell you guys that this could favor the bulls. We could see some nice action, come in. Volatility came through as well, just, the day after we spoke about it, being around the corner. So it's been good. It's been a good weekend so far. Okay, let's have a look at another one. Guys, can somebody explain why the heck is FTT still doing something? Like, it's up 9% on a new day. For what reason? Okay, TA wise, I understand, but wasn't it supposed to be dead? Like, what is going on? I know they were talking about reviving it again and I don't know what, but this is madness. This is madness. I'm not gonna do TA on this one, but this is madness. Do you guys understand? It was like up 275% in 15 days. Crypto sometimes be a circus, like sometimes straight out circus. Okay, let's move on to actual altcoins, not FTX and whatnot. All right. Yeah, very odd, very odd. Craziness, but it's crypto. Expect what you don't expect. Something like that, Okay, H-bar. Support held. This 4-hourly support held like a king. We're still kind of consolidating. Still positive momentum on the oscillators. MACD looks like it's kind of, going down a little bit, but we're still bullish. We're still bullish. We gotta give it that. RSI is still, favoring the bulls more than anything else. I mean, daily looks like it's consolidating. If we see any daily candle close above this level, 0.0745, see eventually around these areas, 0.0843 to 0.0868. Not much, holding us. If we see a daily candle close above this level, simple, okay? Weekly, weekly gotta hold above this area, guys. This purple line, 0.0674. We have to see a weekly candle close above this level. Any weekly candle close above this level, like, chances are gonna be higher that we come and retest these areas, okay? This 0.09-ish dollars area. Just beware, just keep in mind. But any close below this level, we could pull back a little bit to at least, 0.06-ish, okay? 4 hourly is looking fine. We had some nice divergence that is, playing out at the moment. Any close above on the 4 hourly, any close above 0.072-ish could take us a bit higher, to this resistance, okay? We got positive momentum, kind of building at the moment. MACD is bullish, RSI is in nice territories that favors the bulls. And another thing, guys, just another thing. Realize on the 4 hourly time frames, we've really been making new higher lows, okay? Not lower lows, but higher lows. Including this one, then this one, then this one. So it's kind of holding on, still holding on. Main resistance for the 4 hourly is really around these levels, okay? Any close above this one, it could help the daily candle, push to this resistance. Hourly, okay. We are at some type of support or close to some type of support right now. Looks like bulls a bit exhausted looking at the hourly time frame, just a little bit. But we are, around some type of support at the moment as well. On the hourly, if we can see a close above 0.0705, could lead to it, going a bit higher to that, 4 hourly resistance that I was talking about, okay? Positive momentum on the oscillators. RSI is looking nice. But there's bad divergence. Look, I just noticed this bad divergence. So it's very important that we see a close above 0.0705 on the hourly for this hourly, divergence to become invalid. Otherwise, we could pull back a little bit, at least to levels of around 0.068 to 0.067-ish, okay? Not gonna draw it, just keep in mind. So that is possible. So that close is important. That close above this level is important. So that's each bar, the resistance, the support, what we need to do to break to the upside or push to the upside. Hold on, guys. Just gonna have a sip of water and we'll continue on. Okay, let's go ahead. Next is hex. Okay, oscillator's looking fine, really. We're holding old resistance as support at the moment. But hex is gonna be interesting if we see a close above this level on the daily, 0.03025-ish. Until then, not that interesting because, bulls try to do something, then bears come in and they checkmate them, and we pull back down. Holding support, fine, but it's gonna be interesting if we break above this level. Then there are the levels of interest are, hold on just a moment. Okay, so levels of interests are all the way up here. If we can see a daily candle close above 0.03025, then not much holding us until 0.034-ish to 0.035-ish for a start, okay? Like all the way to at least, 0.036 is possible. Weekly is still below this level. Even on the weekly, guys, if we can see a weekly candle close above this area would be best, but this area could start to work, could, start, to give the bulls a bit of hope. Our RSI is still weak. We got this bad divergence already developing, unfortunately. So it's important to see this close above 0.03 or 32 level for even the bad divergence, to become invalid, the one that is building on one of the oscillators. Otherwise, okay, it's a nice candle. We'll see if it closes like this in 6 hours. I can't call it a bullish engulfing candle, but a strong one. Let's have a look at the 4-hourly. Only looking a bit more better, but you see those resistance levels? It's important that we see a 4-hourly candle close, also a close above that level, okay? Very important. We do have some nice divergence that is developing right now at the moment. It's only going to become invalid if we see a close below 0.023-ish, which is kind of far away right now, okay? 4-hourly resistance is all the way also above around this area right here, 0.03, okay? MACD is trying to turn bullish. At least it's rising at the moment. RSI is in nice territory, so on the 4-hourly, we'll see what happens. But on the hourly, we are already at resistance. Okay, we are already at resistance. We need to see an hourly candle close above this level right here, 0.02840, for us, to see a bit more continuation that is going to respect that 4-hourly resistance, that daily resistance, and so on and so forth, okay? We got some bad divergence developing on the hourly. It's so important we see a close above this level, otherwise it is like most likely gonna play out, and we can see it, pull back to at least on the hourly to around 0.026-ish dollars or cents. So that's hex. I mean, it's not looking super strong, you know, if we compare to some altcoins that have been actually doing things. And this close is important. We need to see a close like ASAP above this area for it to kind of gain a bit more strength. Okay, 10 minutes. Here you go. On the 10 minute, any close below this level, 0.02788-ish. See eventually, you know, a bit lower. Lows of 0.027, 0.026, very possible. So that's Hex. We're done with that one as well. Like this is one of those that kind of was looking awesome. It held support, and then you know we had a nice run. Anybody who was not, you know, paying attention at these levels kind of missed out pretty much. Because we were seeing signs that the bears were kind of, you know, being exhausted, getting exhausted. And then the moment we saw a close above this level, should actually be red. I forgot to change color. But the moment we closed above that level, 0.01961, and then it kind of pushed to resistance, and then it held as support. So resistance, all the resistance got respected as support. That was another chance for one maybe to take action, you see. And then a third time came close to this support level again. This is not a bad action. Like when things like this happen, you know, nothing goes straight up. One always has a chance to get in at better areas, you know, instead of at resistance levels, you know, close to support or at support. So yeah, daily, the bulls keep on being checkmated pretty much. Okay, let's see next. Guys, we gotta keep our eyes on Bitcoin. It's doing things. We're still below this level though, do not get it confused, okay? Still below this level. We need to see an hourly close at least above this level for this to continue. So we can say that the bulls are getting back, you know, full control. At the moment, still, they're kind of looking exhausted, okay? Just because it goes up a few dollars, it shouldn't, you know, confuse one. At least one should, you know, be a bit more prepared. Yeah, so let's keep a close eye on what's going on with this action right here. So we got Bitcoin on the top right, top left, excuse me. Ethereum to your top right. We got Solana bottom left, and we got Litecoin on the bottom right. I've barely had enough sleep just because since yesterday I've been going live because things looked like bulls, you know, were fighting this fight. They were giving it a good fight. And I was a bit surprised for this to happen in the weekend, but it's crypto. It's 24/7, 365 days a year. So one should always be prepared. So far, we've had a look at Solana, Litecoin, Sand, HBAR, Hex, but keeping a close eye on what's going on right now at the moment. It's the hourly, on Bitcoin and Ethereum, I got the hourly time frame on. On Solana, it's the 4 hourly. You could probably change it to the hourly as well. Same thing on Litecoin. Okay, Bitcoin 10 minutes instead. I just want to see what's going on a bit closer. what you been up to, guys? How was your weekend? Did you miss this action? Did it, catch you off guard? Or were you guys prepared? Like, one should always have their alerts on just in case. Like, the more Bitcoin, kept, fighting around resistance, the more there was a chance for it to break to the upside pretty much. And they've been fighting a good fight over and over again. And those of you who missed the stream on Friday, I think it was Thursday or Friday, do not remember, but I did tell you guys that things were looking, pretty much in favor of the bulls in general, like the options expiring and the bulls, having the upper hand and so on and so forth. Plus, we still haven't reached max pain. We still haven't reached max pain. So the shorts, okay, they got hurt, they got wrecked, but not completely wrecked yet. So not only, TA wise, like when it comes to other analysis, there's still a chance things can happen. That favors the bulls. Ethereum, nice. Okay, 1,630. Trying to do things. Solana kind of consolidating, at the moment. The slight Litecoin, but gonna be an interesting weekly candle close today. A very interesting one. Besides, I always tell you guys, like, just because the weekly candle closes, it doesn't mean like it's set to go. Just because we see a nice close, I'd rather give it 24 to 48 hours. And you've seen how, like, many times, something opposite happens, but within that 24 to 48 hours, which changes the market sentiment a little bit. So we'll see. We're waiting for the weekly candle close because it is important, but at the same time, after that, we still gotta give it 24 to 48 hours to mature, okay? $23,800, like, guys, last time we were around these levels was on the 25th of January. 25th of January, okay? It's trying to do something this time. On the hourly, any hourly candles above this level, we're going higher. And we only have 15 minutes left until the hourly candle close. Yeah, like, I can't be, looking at some other altcoins right now while Bitcoin is trying to do something, Ethereum is trying to do something, gotta focus on these. watch. Resistance. Bears trying to do something. You know, a lot of people are, I think, kind of a bit cautious at these levels since we are like, we already hit this first supply zone or resistance or profit taking levels. But I keep on saying over and over again, as long as we do not see for hourly candle close below this level could lead to us, coming to the levels of 21,800. But on the daily, as long as there is no close below 21,800, it is still fine. Okay, it is pretty much still fine. Can imagine a lot of people maybe opening, shorts at these levels. I can imagine that. Some also opening longs, but yeah, since we hit that first supply, possible people, opening shorts and whatnot. But max pain is not here yet, guys. It's not here yet. There is still room for the bulls to do things. We got a few new subscribers that came in this week, but just so you know, I can't give you a shout out if your YouTube channel is private. Then I literally can't, okay? But if I see you, of course I will. But just I'm gonna give you a shout out like myself, even though I don't know who you are. I hope you guys are enjoying the shows and the streams and all the content that I keep on bringing every single day, sometimes even 2-3 times a day, especially when there's some action going on. And hope you find it educational, most importantly, like you're learning a thing or two, about support, resistance, Easterns, Westerns, and many other things. And we do have a Discord channel as well. Link is in the description below. Right, Misty? It is fun learning. Like, I mean, not everybody thinks so, but those who have this, trader thing in them, they're definitely not gonna think that it's boring, especially when you see that, it works. It's even more fun. It could be a bit boring for some, just because, and some do not believe in TA at all because I don't know what they're trying to learn or where they are learning, but they try TA, they don't put their whole hearts into studying or educating themselves. They're trying to make that fast money. Things go left, and then suddenly it's crap. It's like, no, maybe the way you're studying or what you're doing or the structure of your class is maybe crap, but TA is not crap. Like, nobody can literally come to me and try to convince me that TA is crap because I'm the last person to be convinced by that. Because I know it works. It's shown that it works. Not always 100%, even if your TA is correct. It's like TA is not a trading system. It's just a tool to kind of, manage your risks a bit better, not to get, wrecked as much, to know your stop, to set your stop losses a bit better, and so on and so forth. Kind of trying to get above this level, but come on. Eight minutes left until the hourly candle close. Cool. We're still below this critical level for the hourly. If we close below this, above this level, guys, Bitcoin is about to have a good time. And of course, you know, just not just a close. What would be even better is a bit of a close and then a bit of a follow through right after, okay? Not a close after and then, you know, we kind of, you know, come back down in the next candle. Then we gotta wait a bit longer. Litecoin trying to, okay, it's trying to do things, guys. 96.7 soon, cool. Litecoin, see around 106 to 114, somewhere around these levels eventually. Ethereum, look at this strength on Ethereum compared with Bitcoin. But we need to get above this level. Like I said, we need to see an hourly candle close above this $97 on Litecoin for us to see a bit more push. Okay, Bitcoin, do something, like, don't be stalling on us, you know, at these levels right now. Guys, is the music and, you know, my voice, the sound, everything well balanced, or is the music a bit too high? Just let me know, because to me it sounds fine, but 5 minutes left, come on. I can imagine a lot of people are just, you know, sitting on the sidelines and not taking any action because, hey, some were talking about we're going straight down to 12K, straight down, like not even considering that the bulls could come in. We could see a short squeeze. You know, buy high, sell low, people. We almost came and touched this resistance like to the T, almost. Mana is up 12% on the new day. Like, we are gonna have a look at it, as it held support like a king. I spoke about this one eventually, you know, going up to higher levels when it was around 0.4-ish dollars. Since then, it's been having a good time. Daily is looking good, but just trying to focus on this and then maybe have a look at Central Land. Getting closer, still below this level. Okay, still no close above that area, at the moment at least. Can't say it's a bad close really, but would be even better above this level. Simple as that. Okay, let's move on with the Central Land. We'll get back to this eventually. Okay, so Decentraland is close to tapping this resistance line, somewhere between 0.83-ish to 0.86-ish. Looks like it's incoming, especially if the daily candle closes, you know, above this level, 0.783-ish. On the 4-hourly, hold on, let me have a look at oscillators as well. Well, negative momentum, RSI is not overbought, it's okay. MACD is rising, still bearish, but it's rising. On the 4-hourly, pretty much like looking at this by the prior 4-hourly candle, bulls are pretty much in charge still. Now we do have support around this level right here on the 4-hourly. Any close below this one could take us a bit lower. RSI is fine. Other momentum in general on the oscillators, like there is bad divergence, okay, that is building, do not get that mistaken on the 4-hourly, but all in all, oscillators are looking, still good. On the hourly, okay, looks like bulls kind of are losing steam. Fine. All the way here is actually support levels, so any close below this level, that would be a bit more give us a bit more pullback to the loss of $0.7 or 0.7 cents, but otherwise it's okay. I'm seeing that bulls lost a bit of steam, a little bit, but they're still here, so not completely horrible. Positive momentum on the hourly as well. Cool. On the 10-minute chart or 15-minute, because most people maybe use the 15-minute. Hold on. Any close above 0.7830 could take us, to retest, the current, highs. Just for those who are interested in the lower time frames, shorter time frames. Otherwise, basically, Decentraland on the weekly, it's still looking fine. We'll see how the weekly candle closes. Any weekly candle close above this area right here, 0.8566, could lead to us, seeing these levels eventually. We'll see. It's going to be an interesting, close for Mano today as well. Both on the daily and weekly, it's going to be interesting. Plus, monthly candle close is soon, guys. It's in 2 days and 5 hours. Like, it's pretty soon. So if it closes like this on the monthly, this is something that favors the bulls more than anything else, okay? If it closes like this, we'll see in 3 days what happens. You see, it goes in hand with when I tell you after the weekly candle close. If you give it 24 to 48 hours, at the same time, it is going to be, the monthly candle close coming in at that time. All this is gonna, kind of go hand in hand, and we'll see how it plays out. But in general, it's looking fine. It's still looking fine. What's Bitcoin doing? Let's see. Okay, kind of stalling at the moment. So that's mana, the support levels on the daily, like major support areas is around the loss of 0.7 all the way to 0.65-ish. Any close below that level could take us a bit lower, okay? We can have a quick glance at Zen. So Zen has broken below. Look, we kind of hit this resistance, that short-term resistance that I spoke about, but it's broken below this support, guys. Okay, so this, we can remove it because now it means chances are higher that we come to these levels around, 1560. And I spoke about this yesterday. Any close below this level, below 1709, 1700, could take us a bit lower, okay? I mean, we hit resistance. I told you guys, if we can't see a close above this area, which could lead to this one, doesn't happen, and we break below support, if we break first support, second support is most likely, to come in and get tested. There is some nice divergence on one of the oscillators. MACD is bearish, negative momentum all in all on the 4-hourly. Can't do much with the daily really. As long as we don't see a daily candle close below 1633, it's kind of fine. I mean, fine in the way of saying like we are at support, we are at that demand zone, okay? You guys saw when we tapped it, we came, we touched it, and we kind of went up. And then the moment we broke below this trend line, like I told you guys, most likely that we pull back. Then it's playing out. Now, I spoke, for those of you who haven't been watching the stream, I spoke about the support way back when we were around maybe these levels. But I told you guys that we could see, some support around these areas. If this doesn't work out, like, I do not know what to say about Zen. I'm probably not gonna be having a look at it, as much as I do right now, because I know a lot of people are interested in this one. But if it flops, if it like just tanks, closes any daily below this level, it's gonna get a bit boring until we see signs of the bears getting exhausted, okay? Bitcoin still trying to get above this resistance still. Now I see there are a few viewers, but is that like button not working? Like, what's going on? Litecoin, we didn't. Did we get that close above $97? No, no, but it's still not out of the question. I mean, hourly candle close was fine, completely fine. And this is happening while we still have some, negative momentum on the oscillators. Our size cool, but, and I think it's a psychological thing. Like most people start, aping in when they see, things green on the oscillators and so on, but so we'll see what happens. Okay, guys, I'll be right back. Like, again, smash that like and so on and so forth. Just gonna get some drink and so on and so forth, and we'll continue. I might maybe end the show a bit sooner since there's no action, like chat is dead. I don't know, like button seems to be broken or something. I have no idea. So I'll be back in a few minutes. Enjoy the charts until then. I'm not, closing the stream, ending the stream. Just will be back. Taking a small break to get some things. And back, guys. Ordered some food and so on and so forth. Gotta eat soon. Get me some dinner. Okay, Bitcoin breaking out above this level on the hourly as well, like 30 minutes left. If it does, good times incoming. Like, I don't think I'm gonna be eating in peace today. There's so much going on. There's too much going on. I don't know if this should be maybe a stream that continues until the weekly candle close comes, like 5 hours more. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Ethereum, nice. Bitcoin, nice. Like, fine. Solana and Litecoin consolidating, but that what's happened sometimes, when Bitcoin is going for a run, it's pretty normal. Just look at it. Look at the 4 hourly. Awesomeness at the moment. But do we still need that for hourly candle close above this level? Yes. Yes. Okay. Hourly 2. Hourly 2. Cardano is up also almost 4%. Let's have a look. Looking cool. Still within this rising wedge. If we break above this, resistance line, we could meet some resistance around 0.4, but eventually see around 0.43, 0.44 for a start. We're gonna meet some resistance there. After that, not much holding Cardano on the daily until 0.47-ish. Okay, around that level. On the daily, it's important that we see a daily candle close above 0.438-ish, 0.44-ish for this to continue. Positive momentum on the oscillator still. RSI is not overcooked. This is one of those, besides Ripple, this was one of those, that was just, grinding slowly, just, taking its time. On the 4-hourly, look, we're still within this wedge pretty much, okay? We need to see a close above this level first, and then eventually we will go a bit higher. Positive momentum on the oscillator. MACD is bullish. RSI is in territories that favors the bulls more than anything else. Hourly is looking good. It's looking fine. Hourly resistance is a bit different though. We got resistance around 0.3980-ish, okay? If we can see an hourly candle close above that one, it could push a bit higher, to that 4-hourly resistance. This trend line is pretty crooked, I just noticed, but somewhere on these levels, we got a bit of a resistance, okay? Thanks, Misty. Thank you. So it's holding up like around support. It's pretty much still doing fine. Still doing fine. We can have a glass hold up, rip. Okay, Bitcoin doing things. 23.9, guys. We need to see look, for all the candle close is just about to close in 26 minutes. 26 minutes. If we can close above this level, game on, pretty much. Like volume is stable. Oscillator's looking fine. We're not even overbought, anything like that on the 4-hourly. Still looking cool. I can't wait for the weekly candle close. Look at this. Yeah, sure, dead cross incoming and so on and so forth. Resistance around these levels at the same time. Not that surprising if that happens. Come on, can we tap 24K? Ethereum 1,650, like Highest high of the session is around 1,660. It's a live coin doing well, guys. Those who are Netflixing and chilling or just sleeping because they thought it's gonna be another, boring weekend, they are missing out. Like, they're gonna wake up and see this action and go like, what the heck just happened? What the fudge? It's so important that we see an hourly candle close above this level. Like, it's in 24 minutes, just like the 4 hourly. 4 hourly and hourly candle close above this level. Some follow through. See eventually at this next resistance that we have been waiting for God knows how long now. And by the way, I have, I got different screens in front of me. And on Manas, kind of, holding that support area at the moment. On the hourly, I'm seeing that bears are starting to get exhausted. Cool. We just need an hourly candle close above 0.8-ish dollars, okay? And then, yeah, see eventually around somewhere between 0.83 to 0.86 for a start. H bar going for it. Aptos kind of consolidating. Yep. Ape held support. Still need to break above that $6.5, for us to actually see this resistance next. 7.3-ish to 7.8. But it held support. The moment I told you it's, bulls were getting exhausted, it was somewhere around, I don't know, maybe these levels. We pulled back down, and now bears, got exhausted at support areas. So we're trying, to go a bit higher. Ape. Full Ethereum, nice. So far, so good. We need that close above 1,660-ish on the daily today. Well, bulls need that one. RSI, at overboughtish territories on the hourly right now on Bitcoin. We have Ethereum on this one. The same thing. Yep. Getting close to overboughtish territory. So Ethereum still okay. 21 minutes. Hopefully we do not close below this level, like with this candle, or there's no, if there's no follow through, and next candle, closes below this area, okay, fine. Then we got some support around, 23.5-ish to 23.350-ish. Old resistance is gonna turn into new support, most likely. Well, according to TA, it's not what I'm saying, but according to TA. Decentraland going for it, 14%. Ooh. We didn't We really didn't touch 24,000 yet, just close enough, close enough. We came all the way to 23,940, 941. We got this bad divergence on Bitcoin for hourly as well. That is, developing. Depends on if RSI continues, to grow. Oscillators, pretty much in general, if they continue to grow while price action is doing what it's doing, then it could become invalid. But at the moment, on one of the oscillators, we do have some, bearish divergence that is kind of developing, okay? 20 minutes left for hourly candle close. Gonna be interesting to see. On CHR versus CSDT, we need to see a candle close on the weekly above this level. Okay, that could lead us, to coming a bit higher to at least, 0.25-ish, 0.22 to 0.25. That is if we see a weekly candle close above this level. We got support around 0.155-ish. On the 4-hourly, kind of the same. Need to see a close above 0.183, 0.185-ish, somewhere around these levels. Like, for those who are a bit more conservative, 0.1859 or 0.186, even better. A close above that level could take us a bit higher on CHR. We got negative momentum on the oscillators. There's no nice divergence that I can spot on the 4-hourly. Nothing on the daily as well. Positive momentum on the oscillators. RSI is not overbought. Any close below 0.16 on a daily CHR could take us a bit higher, a bit lower, I mean. But at least, 0.14-ish, 0.135-ish. Yeah, on the hourly, it's looking a bit weak. Any close below 0.1741 on the hourly could pull us to the lows of 0.17 all the way to 0.168-ish, okay? Yeah, but on the daily, like, main resistance is gonna be around 0.22, 0.23, somewhere on these levels. That is if we can see a close above this one first. Okay, Solana's starting to do things as well. Come on. If we can see, you know, 27.5 to $28, it's gonna be awesome. RSI is not overbought. Like there is negative, you know, momentum on the oscillator still, but RSI is not overbought on the hourly. MACD is bearish, but it's cool. Looking at the daily and so on, it's cool. Look at this. RSI is in nice territories, you know, when it comes to the daily, so it's fine. Okay, guys, I have to go get a bite, eat something. I will be back after dinner. We'll continue with this show, but for now, gotta go eat something, get some energy. Like things are looking fine so far, guys. $30 eventually. Solana 32, 33. Bitcoin is looking even better at the moment. I mean, we need to see that 4-hourly candle close above this level. I keep on, you know, highlighting that for a reason. uh, 25,000 is incoming. If we can see a 4-hourly candle close at least above this level, that should be, you know, our first warning that will continue. Yeah, we're about to tap 24K. Cool. Okay, lovely people. It was a good stream. Thank you for tuning in. Like, if you found it to be entertaining or found value in it, and so on and so forth, hit that like, subscribe, share, and especially that bell to be notified before I go live. In today's case, soon. I'll go live very soon after, you know, eating something, and I'll be back. See you in an hour or so. Yeah, this is gonna turn into some marathon stream today, but see you soon, and until then, take care and stay safe and enjoy the profits.